If the sign Scorpio is coming up over the eastern horizon when you were born, that means you have a Scorpio Ascendant. Scorpio is a fixed water sign and has an indrawing quality with it. So the outer persona will also be a little bit like, say, a door, which has just got a little peephole so that that person can look out and decide whether they're going to let you in or not. Because Scorpio rising can be quite reserved, quite quiet, shy. But there's this kind of amazing sort of simmering, smoldering magnetism with Scorpio rising. There really is a charisma there and a real intensity in the eyes. Scorpio rising people have a very, very direct, when they do actually look at you, they're almost like they're looking beyond your outer appearance, and maybe Scorpio rising people don't realize just, you know, that power, because it's ruled by Pluto, Scorpio, and that power is actually manifesting directly out through the ascendant into the outer world. So even if the sun and moon are in quite light sort of signs, you know, that Scorpio rising on the exterior will hold some weight, will have this presence with it. The downside with Scorpio rising is that maybe, you know, we don't know quite where they're at or what they're thinking, or maybe they're a little bit dismissive only because they themselves are not ready to kind of step forwards and be sociable, or maybe dismissive is not quite right. Maybe they kind of get into like a brooding thing, where because it is such a sensitive sign, and before the sun and moon can come through that rising sign, the person has to kind of feel okay about it. So there's a little bit of it's a little bit of a closed shop. It's a bit like the speakeasy from like the 1920s or 30s, where, you know, there's like this little slot that opens and they see who you are and then it shuts before they decide that they're going to let you in or not. So in relationship, archetypally, the Scorpio rising person is related to Taurus on the ascendant-descendant axis. So they do partake of a lot of those qualities, the magnetism, the sort of the heavy presence of Taurus. Not in a bad way. I didn't mean that, like sensuousness. In relationship. But in relationship, they can be very steadfast, very loyal, but maybe sometimes a little bit controlling, simply because it's a protection for them, because they are very, very sensitive. But that depends on the partner, whether the partner really likes that feeling of, you know, wanting to be in that very sort of possessed territory of the other. And there really can be a deep gut reaction to another, which is quite intense in relationship. Yes, so that could be good or bad as well. They can be very passionate, Scorpio rising people, ruled by Pluto, and the parts of the body are the generative organs, the sexual organs, I should say, in Scorpio.